Hello everybody, I want to show you with this video 10 things to save energy at a Samsung Galaxy S22, S22 Plus and S22 Ultra. Okay, the first thing I want to show you how you can save energy is to enable a Wi-Fi power saving mode. So let me show you what I mean. So for that, just scroll down here, then go to the symbol for the settings, then go on connections, go here on Wi-Fi, tap on 3 points, go on advanced, a bit hidden, no? And go at this point here, enable this point, Wi-Fi power saving mode. So that reduces the battery usage by analyzing the Wi-Fi traffics. And yeah, that saves energy. Another point you can do is, if you go back here, so that you're back here in the connection settings, then you go a bit down here to the point more connection settings, and you will find a point nearby device scanning. Because the phone is always checking which devices are nearby, also other Samsung phones and so on. Even if Bluetooth is turned off and so on, the phone is checking it. And also these little Samsung tags, you might know it from Apple, the Apple tags that you can find things and so on, you know. These things are using the other phones, other smartphones of Samsung's, but this takes a lot of energy. So let's turn it off and we save energy as well. You don't need it for your phone. And the next point I want to show you is for the sound. Also the sound, you can do something, the vibration, because you hear your phone ringing and so on, and the vibration is supporting it, but you can reduce the vibration. Let me show you what I mean. So just scroll down here, go here to the symbol for the settings, go to sounds and vibration, and then we will have here the vibration intensity. Now, you don't need the full incoming call vibration and notifications. You can reduce it a bit, and you still have that vibration, and it saves a lot of energy. And by the way, the touch interaction you don't need, and that saves energy a lot. So, and another point, what is taking also a lot of energy is the display, because you know that the display is supporting 120 Hertz, what could be nice in games and so on, but basically we're used to 60 Hertz at other phones, and wasn't a problem, right? So if you don't play high intensive games and so on, reduce it again to 60 Hertz, and that makes also a lot you reduce a lot of energy. Yeah. Okay, just scroll in here, go to the symbol for the settings, go to the display, and we need this point here, motion smoothness. It's actually an adaptive, so up to 120 Hertz. I would recommend to you to work with standard, then it's always 60 Hertz, and yeah, is the half, and that saves energy. So the next point is as well for the display, because we are in the display settings here. So what is very nice in the evening, if you put it in dark mode, because then if everything is dark around you, the screen should be not that bright here, it should be dark. It's good for your eyes, and as well for the environment, because the AMOLED screen here will turn off many pixels here in the background, and that saves energy. But on the daylight, you shouldn't use it, because if there's too much sunlight, you can't really read something on the display. So that's the reason why I recommend to you to have it only in the evening, and that you don't have to enable it by your own always. You can set it up automatically. That's always turned on automatically in the evening. So just go here on dark mode settings, go on turn on as scheduled, and choose the first point here, sunset to sunrise. Whenever the sun sets, the dark mode will turn on. If the sun rises, the dark mode will turn off. Pretty cool. Okay, another nice point here at the display settings is the point screen timeout. Something very simple, but the screen timeouts means just if you don't use your phone, the display will turn off after a few seconds or after a few minutes. It depends. Basically, the default settings are 30 seconds, but if you have increased it one day, you should think about to reduce it. I have 2 minutes to show you the phone a bit better here, but I should recommend to you to have it at maximum at 1 minute, because that saves a lot of energy if the display turn off a bit earlier. And the next what I want to show you is something for the network, because if you're living in a country where you don't have 5G. So you know this Samsung S22 series supports 5G, but if you are living in an area where you don't have 5G, then you can off it. And if you are off the 5G antenna, it's saving also a lot of energy. So just scroll down here, go here to the symbol for the settings, go into the point connections, then go to the point mobile networks, and here we have the point network mode. Actually it's on 5G, LTE, 3G, 2G, and you go just here to LTE, 3G, 2G. LTE means 4G, by the way, and if you have it, then it doesn't support 5G anymore, but it saves energy. And if you're living in a country, as I said, where you don't have a 5G network actually, then it is not necessary to have it enabled. The next point reduces animations, and if you reduce animations, you are not so often on the phone because that saves time and the phone feels also faster and don't. The next point is to remove animations, because the animations, so there are always little animations. If I open here something like the gallery, there's always a little zoom out and a zoom in. You can see it, zoom out, zoom in if you open something. Play Store, same thing, and also other apps. Zooms always out, zooms in. It's short, but it's taking time at first, and it's taking as well as performance. Okay, let me show you how we can turn off these features. Just scroll down here, go to the symbol for the settings, go down to the point accessibility, there it is, and here you will find the point visibility enhancements, and here I would recommend to you to remove these animations, because that means if I tap on gallery, it's immediately there. If I close it, it's immediately gone. That saves time. Same with Play Store, immediately there, immediately gone. And that saves also performance and with that energy. And another point, let me go back here to the visibility enhancements. Oh, where it is here. Another point here, the visibility enhancements, is the extra dim. Because if it's dark around you, then you can reduce it again with the extra dim. If you're unable to see that it's become a bit more dark, I would recommend to you to have the extra dim, to have an extra dim shortcut. So that means then you have a little icon here. And whenever you are at night, just enable here this mannequin and you have less light, and that saves energy as well. And by default it's reducing automatically the brightness of the screen, but with this extra dim you have even a bit more. And in the night, if no light is around you, just your smartphone, you don't need that. That's absolutely fine. And with the extra dim, you do something for your eyes and for the environment. And you have a general power saving mode here in that phone, and you can do a lot with that. Let me show you some more things. So just scroll down here, scroll down a second time, and if I enable now this power saving mode here, and you have a general power saving mode here, 2 power saving modes in that phone, and you can squeeze out the maximum of the battery life here. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So just scroll down a second time in the shortcuts, and by the way, you have much more shortcuts, and one of it is here the power saving mode. If I enable this, then the CPU speed is reduced up to 70% then, and you have less brightness of the screen, and turn off 5G automatically, and so on. So let's go now here on the written words power saving mode. Go on details, and then you have a bit more detailed here. So no always on display, limited CPU speed, a decrease of the brightness of the screen, turn off 5G, and that saves as well energy, and especially here the limit CPU speed. No? But normally the phone is regulating it by its own. So, but there's something else what really affects the energy life here of the phone. If you limit apps and home screen, that will reduce the so many stuff here at the phone. Let me turn it on, and that means whenever we turn on now the power saving mode, then we have a limited app screen here, app home screen, sorry, And yeah, with these with the main apps here, like the phone, messaging, internet, and so on. And here on the plus symbol, we can add some more. I've added already WhatsApp and Gmail. Let's take YouTube as well. And yeah, so much more. And the battery life is much more. Look here, with 22%, we have estimated almost 2 days, so 1 day and 16 hours remaining time, estimated remaining time. So a pretty cool feature, and you can use this mode here if you know, okay, you don't need so much apps right now and so on. And yeah, so a nice mode. And as you can see, we have also the dark mode here, and as I said, the dark mode is saving energy as well, and so on. On the day, it's a bit critical sometimes if you have less light, because you can't really read something here on the dark screen. But with this mode, we'll squeeze out the maximum. And if you have, so if you go here on the 3 points, by the way, you can always turn back to the regular mode. So nothing is deleted at the background, don't worry. And whenever you want to have it next time, just scroll in here, scroll in a second time, go in here to power saving mode, and you're immediately in that power saving mode if you have turned on the limited apps as we have done before. So we are already at the end, but I want to show you one more thing, and it's also pretty important, because you can extend the duration here of the battery lifetime in general, so that you don't need a new phone after 4 years or something like this. And let me show you what I mean. So pretty nice tool here. So just scroll down here, go to the symbol for the settings, scroll down to the point battery, where it is, battery and device care. Then we need that point here, battery. And by the way, you can see here we have 11 hours remaining for the battery lifetime. Before, at the power saving mode, we had 1 day and 16 hours. You can see what you can do with this ultra power saving mode. Okay, let's continue here. Go to battery. And if you scroll down a bit here, go on more battery settings. And here we have the point protect battery. So that extend the lifespan of the battery lifetime, and the phone, if you turn it on, would just allow you to charge up to 85%. Because if you always charge your phone, by the way, if you always charge your phone more than 85%, maybe always to 100%, then you would damage the battery with that. That's a fact. And if you enable this one, you allow the phone just to have it to charge a maximum of 85%. Also, if you leave the longer at the charger, it will not charge over 85%. A nice feature, it should enable that. Of course, you give away 15% of the battery stamina, but you can keep your phone longer. Think about it. Yeah, I hope I could help you with this video and answer your question and show you some nice tips and tricks for your video. And thank you so much for helping the environment. That's very important this time, and saves a lot of money as well. And yeah, if you want, you can leave me a nice comment or give me a thumbs up. That would be very helpful for my videos. Thank you so much for. And I've created also some other videos if you're interested in, or maybe just subscribe me if you haven't done it before. Thank you so much for all your support, and yeah, maybe at the next time. Ciao.